Hello, hello. Happy Monday, literature friends. I miss you dearly. And I really wish we were doing this in person because this week we're going to dive into poetry. And this is going to be week one of poetry. Week one is going to be talking all about what is poetry? What's the purpose of poetry? What does it look like? What does it sound like? What are those figurative language devices that we might include in poetry? And all the different types of poetry as well. So one that you're really familiar with probably is free verse, but there's lots of other fun ones out there and you're going to try them out this week. So here's how our slides are going to work. Much like last week, anything that is in a yellow box this week, so not a blue box, a yellow box, you are going to answer that. So let's dive in. First things first, you have just like a fun, how are you feeling today? You're going to select your emoji that kind of coincides with how you're feeling, and you're just going to drag it over to the circle, and then you're going to just give me a quick little typed response about why you feel that way. Ah. In your own words, you're going to answer what is a poem, what features will a poem have, and then you're going to watch the video on the following slide and answer a quick question. Again, these are like if we were in the classroom and I just gave you 1 minute to write an answer down. They should not be really long answers. So just quick jots of your thinking. So I want you to, going back to the slide, I want you to make sure you read this part here about what the finish line looks like. So to see what your end goal is for your understanding of poetry. The most important thing before you can even begin to write poem is to have a list of ideas. Any great author, any authors are going to always have a list of ideas that they are going to be pulling from. And so this can be COVID-19. Again, it does not need to be complete sentences. Words, phrases, short phrases are good to go. COVID-19 can be one. Your family could be one. Distance learning, lockdown. Something else might be like maybe it's a feeling that has just been bubbling up inside of you. That can go on your brainstorm. Maybe it's something you see outside, garden, nature, hikes, heat, beach, pool. Those are all good things that you can be including in there. The next set of slides are going to take you through different types of poetry, but first we're going to talk about what poetry looks like, and you're going to watch this amazing video Miss LaFews created to see in this poem here, Firefly by Jacqueline Woodson, where the verses are and where the stanzas are and what it looks like. Following slides are going to take you through the different types of poems. You have haikus, limericks, found, blackout, free verse, and syncoine. So you notice there were a couple yellow boxes in those slides. Again, you're just going to do a quick jot down of your thinking and answer those questions. You have another one that's going to be on onomatopoeias. Remember, onomatopoeias are sound devices. So like boop would be an onomatopoeia. Crash, because it's a word that actually makes the sound of that word. And then you're going to try it out. So you're going to write 2 poems of your own. They need to be 2 different types of poems. So you may not write 2 free verse. You may not write 2 haikus. I really want you to get out of your comfort zone and try one out that maybe you've never tried before. If you haven't tried a haiku, try it out. That one is just about, read it to find out what it's about. Okay, it's very short and sweet. So you're going to give me the type of poem that it is. So if you wrote a haiku, you would write haiku right there. You're going to give it a title. And then you're going to write your poem, and you're going to do that twice. So you have poem 1 and poem 2, and that's it for the first day. And it might feel like a lot, but it's just because I spaced out the information on all of our slides. For Wednesday, you're going to go back to one of your poems and you're going to revise it. Remember, we talked about that a couple of weeks ago. To revise means to look at it with fresh eyes and to be actually looking at the words, the sound, the structures. We're not editing. I mean, it would be great if you did make sure that there were no grammar errors, no spelling errors and such. But when we revise, we really want to be looking at how can I make my words stronger to elicit the emotion in my reader? How can I get my point across even better? And your final draft is going to be, you're going to choose your one poem that you're going to stick with. You're going to revise it. And to revise it, you're just going to go back to your slides. So say I'm going to revise poem 2. I'm just going to type right onto my slide right there. Then I'm going to turn it into a digital piece of art. This video here is going to actually teach you how to do that. And you're going to do it on the following slide. So you're going to add some background, some colors, and make sure whatever digital art you create goes with your poem. It should add to the meaning of your poem. And then you have 2 final steps. I'm going to ask that you read one of your poems on Flipgrid. Just read it, okay? You don't need to tell us the whole process behind it or anything. You're just reading your poem, and I want you to look at 2 other students and reply to them. Give them some compliments. And remember to do that, you just click on the little bubble. And then you have a very, very, very short quiz. It's just 10 questions about what poems are, what they look like, what they sound like. And that is that. Remember that I have office hours every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 o'clock. I would encourage you, even if you just want to check in to make sure I received something, you want to ask a question about how something sounds or how to revise your work, please pop in, and all of the links are on the My Connect calendar. Bye, guys.